The Southern Group of Forces was a Soviet armed forces formation formed twice following the Second World War, most notably around the time of the Hungarian Revolution of 1956. First formation. On June 15, 1945, the 26th and 37th Armies in Romania and Bulgaria, plus a division which had reached Yugoslavia, were grouped into the Southern Group of Forces. It was commanded by Fyodor Tulbakin. In 1946, the 37th Army became the 10th Mechanized Army. 57th Army, briefly to become 9th Mechanized Army, was also part of the group. Colonel General Vyacheslav Zvetaev commanded the army between January 1947 and its disbandment. After the signing of the Paris Peace Treaties in 1947, the SGF disbanded, along with HQ 26th Army, and passed on its functions to the 10th Mechanized Army, which had now been redesignated the Special Mechanized Army. Second formation. The group was recreated for a second time with its staff in Budapest seemingly during September 1955. Lenski says that it was recreated in 1955 to control the Soviet troops in Hungary following the disbandment of the former Central Group of Forces, which had controlled troops in Austria and Hungary from 1945 to 1955, and the Soviet withdrawal from Austria. Under its command were the 2nd Guards, Nikolaevsk Budapest Mechanized Division, the 17th Guards, Yenarkievsky Danube Mechanized Division, 2 air divisions, and other troops. Lenski says their function was to cover the boundary with neutral Austria and to guarantee communications in the case of the advancement of troops for the USSR Hungarian Revolution. On October 24, 1956, the 33rd Guard Kherson Mechanized Division, previously stationed in Romania near the Romanian-Hungarian border, and 2 divisions from the Carpathian Military District, the 11th Guards Rovenskaya Mechanized and 128th Guards Rifle Division, entered Hungary under the control of a rifle corps. The forces already in Hungary and those entering totaled 31,500 men. The 33rd Guards Mechanized Division took the lead role in suppressing the Hungarian Revolution in Budapest, and lost, according to Soviet sources, 14 tanks and assault guns as well as 9 armored personnel carriers. 7 months afterward, on May 28, 1957, an agreement on the status of Soviet troops, comprising the Southern Group of Forces, was made between the USSR and Hungary. The 11th Guards Mechanized and 128th Guards Rifle Divisions returned to the Carpathian Military District and were replaced by the 21st Guards Poltava Tank Division and the 27th Cherkass Motor Rifle Division, both under the command of the Carpathian Military District's 38th Army. 2nd Guards Mechanized Division was reformed into the 19th Guards Tank Division, and the 17th Guards Mechanized Division was reformed into the 17th Guard Motor Rifle Division and withdrawn to the USSR. The 33rd Guards Mechanized Division was then replaced by the 35th Guards Kharkov Mechanized Division. Later, either in 1957 and 1965, 3 of the 4 divisions in the group were redesignated, and toward the end of the 1980s the group comprised 13th Guards Tank Poltava Division in VESZPREQ-TEM, 19th Guards Tank Nikolaevsk Budapest Division in Esztergom, 93rd Guards Motor Rifle Kharkov Division in Kecskemét, 254th Cherkass Motor Rifle Division in Sexferevar, 36th Air Army. Smaller units included the 327th Anti-Aircraft Missile Regiment, headquartered at Szolnok and tasked with airfield defense. In 1967, the 22nd Missile Brigade became part of the Southern Group of Forces at Dombovar. The removal of Soviet troops from Hungary began during May 1989, with the withdrawal and disbandment of 13th Guards Tank Division. Later, the 19th Guards Tank Division was withdrawn to the Belarusian Military District and the 254th Motor Rifle Division to the Kiev Military District. The 93rd Guards Motor Rifle Division was withdrawn in early 1991 to the Kiev Military District, and the group finally disbanded on 16 June 1991. Commanders: December 1956, October 1960 Army General Mikhail Kazakov, October 1960, August 1961 Colonel General Matvey Nikitin, August 1961, September 1962 Army General Pavel Batov, September 1962, October 1969 Colonel General Konstantin Privalov, October 1969, December 1975 Colonel General Boris Ivanov, December 1975, March 1979 Colonel General Fedot Krivda, March 1979, August 1982 Colonel General Vladimir Sivanok, August 1982, August 1985 Colonel General Konstantin Kochetov, August 1985, June 1988 Colonel General Alexei Demidov, June 1988, December 1990 Colonel General Matvey Burlakov, December 1990, September 1992 Lieutenant General Viktor Shilov. Air Forces of the Southern Group of Forces. The following units were part of the Southern Group of Forces Air Forces, designated the 36th Air Army between 1967 and 1981. 11th Guards Fighter Aviation Division, 5th Guards Fighter Aviation Regiment, 14th Guards Fighter Aviation Regiment, 515th Fighter Aviation Regiment, 1st Guards Fighter Bomber Aviation Regiment, 727th Guards Bomber Aviation Regiment, 328th Separate Guards Reconnaissance Aviation Regiment, 396th Separate Guards Helicopter Regiment, 294th Separate Electronic Warfare Helicopter Squadron, 8th Separate Target Towing Aviation Squadron, 201st Separate Mixed Aviation Squadron, 37th Separate Helicopter Unit, 38th Separate Helicopter Unit, 72nd Separate Helicopter Unit, 74th Separate Helicopter Unit, 18th Separate Communications and Automated Control Regiment. The 11th Guards Fighter Aviation Division moved from Pandorf in Austria to VESZPRE in Hungary in November 1945. It was stationed there until September 1949. It came under command of the 78th Guards Fighter Aviation Corps in January 1949. On 10 January 1949 it was renamed the 195th Guards Fighter Aviation Division. In 1950 it comprised the 1st, 5th and 106th Guards Fighter Aviation Regiments at Tokol and Popar flying MiG-15s. The 106th Guards Fighter Aviation Regiment was disbanded in mid-1961 and was replaced by the 14th Leningradsky Guards Fighter Aviation Regiment. The 1st Guards Fighter Bomber Aviation Aviation Regiment became separate of the division, reporting directly to 36th Air Army in mid-1963, and from July 1960 to the 22nd of April 1991, with 2 short breaks, was stationed at Kunmadaras. The division was returned to its previous title of 11th as the 11th Guards Fighter Aviation Division in April 1968. Structure: 1970, 5th Guards Fighter Aviation Regiment with MiG-21. 14th Guards Fighter Aviation Regiment with MiG-21. 515th Fighter Aviation Regiment with MiG-21. The 14th GVIP was based in 1981 at Kiskunlachasa Air Base in Hungary. The 14th acquired MiG-23 megaseconds in 1975 and in 1979 also received MLs. The MiG-23s were replaced by MiG-29s in 1986. Elements of the regiment took part in the Warsaw Pact exercise ZAP-AD-81 in East Germany in late 1981. The 515th Fighter Aviation Regiment was disbanded at Tokol in August 1989. The 5th Guards Fighter Aviation Regiment was disbanded in October 1990, with aircraft and crews being withdrawn to Byaroza, Brest Oblast, in the Belarusian SSR. Following these disbandments, the structure of the 36th Air Army on 1 January 1991 was HQ 36th Air Army, Budapest, 18th Separate Communications Regiment, 201st OSAE with 10 Mi-8 and a few transport aircraft, 190th APIB with 32 MiG-27 and 10 MiG-23, 328th Guards ORAP with 12 Su-24 and 15 Su-17 withdrawn to Ukraine and disbanded April 1991, 11th Guards Dnipropetrovsk IAD, 14th Guards Leningrad IAP with 34 MiG-29 and 9 MiG-23. 2 regiments of the 36th Air Army were returned to the Soviet Union in April 1991. On 21 April, the 14th Guards Fighter Aviation Regiment moved back to Zherdovka, Tambov Oblast, in the Moscow Military District. The next day, the 1st Guards Fighter Bomber Aviation Regiment was transferred back to the Soviet Union, being moved back to Lebyazy in Volgograd Oblast. The 11th Guards Fighter Aviation Division was disbanded in June 1991.